Hi, I'm Gary Engler, your socialist grandfather. In the past few episodes of Economic Democracy or No Democracy, an anti oligarchy manifesto, I spoke about feminism and its importance in ending minority rule. This time, the focus is on overcoming other divide and conquer tactics that keep minority rule alive. For economic democracy to be won, we must unite people across the planet, despite the millennia old ways of dividing human beings used by powerful minorities who would prefer their continued rule over us. Paradoxically, to achieve this, we must focus on the needs of oppressed minorities and majorities, women. If the goal is equality of economic and political power for all, different sorts of change are required to counter different sorts and depths of oppression. Thus, the need for affirmative action programs targeted at different communities. The reason why right wing defenders of the status quo oppose such programs and reject any study of exactly how and why people are oppressed is precisely because they understand getting to equal power for all requires it. They attack affirmative action in the name of equality, but in reality seek to keep minority rule in place. They use the language of equality, but their true purpose is divide and conquer. The proponents of economic democracy, on the other hand, want to develop a set of ideas that will encourage diverse groups to bridge the divides that separates us, but at the same time encourage the specific emancipation needed to overcome different forms of exploitation that target specific groups. If one truly believes in equality for all, one must recognize its various forms and support specific strategies to counter them all. That's how a coalition is built. For example, Aboriginal peoples around the world suffered and continue to suffer various forms of land theft during their confrontations with colonialism and capitalism. To fix this historic wrong requires quite different solutions than those needed to rectify the harms that people continue to suffer as a result of transporting millions of Africans across the Atlantic to become the property of a wealthy minority. And even among the descendants of slaves, the necessary steps to achieve some semblance of equality vary widely. For example, the specific solutions for damage done by colonialism and capitalism to Haitians is not the same as that for Black Americans. The routes to true equality for Black women are not exactly the same as for Black men. Add in other layers of discrimination and oppression, and the necessary countermeasures to achieve equality might shift further. To achieve real political and therefore also economic democracy, we must build a coalition that speaks for all victims of minority rule. Their voices must not just be heard, but their fight must be our fight. We are all after the same thing: equality of political and economic power, the application of the golden rule, a world in which the economy works for us, not against us, lives that are meaningful, fulfilling, and encourage our creativity rather than suppressing it. Such a coalition can only be built by finding our common humanity and getting past what divides us. More on that next episode.